Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Shade, bringing you a match review of Crystal Palace v Tottenham. Look, it ended 1-1. Very disappointing result today, but at the same time, we didn't lose. We're 11 unbeaten. So let's think of the positives today. And we're joined by Charlie and Marcelo. How are you keeping, lads?
Yeah, good. Great to be on again, David.
Yeah, feeling a lot better seeing Arsenal losing, and now they're in a relegation battle. So it could be worse.
And it puts a nice gloss on this show. I purposely waited to do this and put it out after the Liverpool and after the Arsenal game, just because I know it make every Spurs fan that bit happier and the result easier to take. And also, if you're liking the content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm actually at 375 now. I'm 125 off my target for Christmas, with 2 weeks to go. So the Harris Army, I'm counting on you to make it happen. But look, we'll get into the game, lads. What do you make of it, Charlie?
Look, disappointing. That's the word, because the fact that we started off so well, we were in complete control, pinging the ball around, and we get our deserved goal. Good strike from Kane. Probably the keeper could have done a bit better than that, but we'll get onto the keeper later because there's some frustrating stuff regarding that. But it was a good strike, go 1-0 up, and deservedly so. But then this approach that we've seen creep in a few times, it just came back, and it's where we just dropped deeper and deeper and deeper. And in the first half, we had a little bit more control than what we did in the second half after the goal. We had a few sort of periods where we just kept possession in the first half. But in the second half, it's just beyond frustrating because we go out in the second half and the approach is all wrong. It is all wrong. It's a mess. And we get deeper and deeper and deeper. And eventually with Palace, with all the set pieces they were getting, eventually something was going to give. And it did. And they got their goal. And they definitely deserved it because the likes of Eze, Zaha had a good game today. And I think it was our own fault in the end. We sort of shot ourselves in the foot with that just diabolical approach in the second half. Because after they scored, we showed in the last 10 minutes that if we really wanted to, we can take control and create chances and win the game and put the game to bed before they scored. We showed that we can do that. But why weren't we doing it before? Why weren't we pushing for the second goal? It makes absolutely zero sense to me. And what's even more frustrating is in those last 10 minutes, their keeper. What is it with these goalkeepers? Every single time they have man of the match performances against us. Like, we can sit here and laugh now because it's getting ridiculous. You have De Gea, Travers, Darlow, Tim Krul, and now Guaita. Like, why does this keep happening? And they were fantastic saves, don't get me wrong, but it was just beyond frustrating how we showed in the last 10 minutes that we can create chances, we can play football. But before that, when we were only 1-0, we weren't doing that. And at 1-0, if you're going to sit back at 1-0, it's a very dangerous game. I could understand it maybe 2-0 or something, maybe. But at 1-0, it's extremely dangerous. And in the end, we got what we deserved in the end. And Palace definitely deserves something out of this game. But at the end of the day, luckily the result doesn't look quite as bad as we initially thought, because Liverpool dropping points against Fulham keeps us top of the league going into that game against them on Wednesday. And as well, other teams dropping points around us. But it's just frustrating that we couldn't capitalise. But just now, after the Arsenal game has finished, that's definitely cheered me up a bit. But overall, frustrating result for us today, frustrating performance. And hopefully we can bounce back soon.
Yeah, I can get what you're saying. Look, I'm going to pass it on to you, Marcelo, as well on what you make of the game. Because, look, I actually have something I want to get off my chest. And it's not about the result today. So we'll pass it on to you, Marcelo, and then I'll tell you what has me upset today.
Look, listen, we win as a team, we lose as a team, we draw as a team. I still believe in the title race. Palace is usually a team, like especially Palace away is usually a team that a lot of the big teams usually drop points on and lose. You know what I mean? Yeah. So a draw, I mean, it is 2 points loss. Don't get it wrong. It's not 1 point gain, it's 2 points loss. Especially with the Liverpool draw, it's a little bit frustrating. But, credit to Palace, man. I mean, I don't think it's not that we, I just felt like it's not that we couldn't, break them. We try to break them. We try to get them. We try to get them on the counter, but they were very good defensively. And then they were also very good offensively. Eze, what a player.
Yeah, he was
fantastic. And I don't think we're giving Palace enough credit, but Also, I would say this: the one thing I was really disappointed with was not the tactic, was not the game plan. Because let's remember, David and I think, spoke about this. We've been using the same game plan. That's the that got us to the top of the league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This game plan that sitting back, defending, defending deep has gotten us so many results, and it still got a result for us today. We still drew. You know what I mean? We still got a point. But the thing I was upset with was the defending. I don't know what happened to those players.
Another set piece.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened to those players. Like today, it just didn't seem like they were on it. So Dyer losing his men.
His passing was terrible. Dyer.
Yeah, just terrible passing. Aurier clumsy fouls. It's just where you know what I mean? And it was just for me, that was the most shocking thing because I felt like we were a little bit past this. I felt like watching, the Chelsea, City, Arsenal, all those other games. I felt like, wow, okay, we're really an organized unit. But it seemed like we just forgot about that. That's what I was upset with.
Inconsistent today,
Yeah, look, for me today, it was a tale of two halves. We absolutely dominated them in the first half. And on another day, we would have been 3-4-0 going in at half-time. The game would have been over. And look, the second half, we clearly dropped off. We invited the pressure onto us. And we got what we deserved in the end, in my opinion. Well, I'll tell you what really, really grinded my gears today was the fans' reaction, to be honest with you.
So it's overreacting.
As disappointing as the result is, I'm the first one to hold my hands up. It's not good enough. We should have bet these today. And I am disappointed. But at the end of the day, these are the same fans that were cheering last week. They were cheering against Chelsea. They were cheering against City. And they're criticising the exact same team and the exact same players that have us top of the league. I can get you're disappointed, but to come out and start turning on Mourinho and start turning on some of these players is an absolute joke. Like that's what Arsenal do. That's what that shit does across the road. Not here. Not here at Tottenham. We are Tottenham.
Yeah.
Like Marcelo says, we win as a team, we lose as a team, we draw as a team.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. We don't want to be like them lot down the road.
No. And especially I see so many bias, especially in the what are we, Sky Sports? I see so much bias in some fans. They're like, oh, we drew against Palace. That means Liverpool is going to win the league. Oh, Liverpool is definitely going to win the league now. Oh, Liverpool just drew against they just drew against Brighton and Fulham. They drew against relegation sides. They got lucky against those teams. You know what I mean?
You don't see their fan base in a meltdown.
Yeah, exactly. And they still buy their players. They still believe they can win the league. So, you know what I mean? I think it's ridiculous. I mean, especially what, other people are saying, oh, we don't have the ammunition. Oh, we don't have the courage. We don't have the this or that. We're weak. We're mentally weak. I mean, come on, man. Where was this same energy when we were beating City, when we went on that massive run? We haven't lost since August.
Yeah, still unbeaten.
Think about that. We haven't lost since August. So, I mean, ease up a little bit. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. I fully agree with you. Look, this is 11 games unbeaten since we lost the opening game of the season. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, give the lads a break. It's been a very tough fixture schedule, travelling away to some dark places in Europe. Do you know what I mean? We like the league games, and then you have some cup games as well. And do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just taking its toll. And a lot of every team that played in Europe this week in England failed to win this weekend. So it just goes to show that the fixture schedule is taking its toll. And look, I'm not excusing the result, but what I do expect is better from a fan base. I want us to be united. I want us to be behind the team. Even if we lost today, we're still in a title race. It's not the end of the world.
Can I just say something, David? There's a common theme amongst our fan base in terms of common comments you see on tweets and stuff. And what it is it's along the lines of, this is why we won't win anything. Come on, it's nonsense. You know what I mean? It's nonsense. Yeah, and before the game, when teams dropped points yesterday, there were so many comments you know what this means? Full time 1-0 Palace. You know what I mean? It's the Spursy mentality that some of our fans need to just fix up on. They really do.
You're even going to get fans look, we could win the Premier League this year, and they're going to ask, why didn't you win the German League or the Bundesliga? You know what I mean? You're just not going to keep them happy. You're just not going to keep them happy.
For me, some of our fans just need to fix up because there's a lot of them still with just the Spursy mentality, which we're trying to move on from. So we don't need them to continue to think like that because it's just ridiculous. They need to, as you said, I completely agree with what both of you said.
And to be honest with you, I think a lot of them be sitting back tonight, pinching themselves, watching this because some of them will be them fans I'm talking about. And at the end of the day, you jumped the gun. You should have waited till the Fulham and Liverpool game was over. Do you know what I mean? Like I did. Because look, I don't know about other people, but once Fulham went 1-0 up, I honestly believe that Liverpool were never going to win that game. And look, we'll get back to the Palace game because this is the Palace review show. For me, look, like I said, all of the first half, we in other days we would have been 3-4-0 up. But at the end of the day, the second half, I don't understand why we sat back. Jose came out and said that's not what he told them to do in the change room. So if that's not what he told them to do in the change room, is it because the players are tired or because they just felt like they could take their foot off the gas and take it easy with Liverpool coming up Sunday and at the top, Palace aren't going to trouble us?
I just think Palace just wanted a little bit more. I just think that it was simple as that.
Definitely.
Listen, the hungriest dog wins the race, not the satisfied dog. You know what I mean? You got to stay hungry for 90 minutes. And Palace was hungry for 90 minutes. They were looking for that goal. You saw that. My thing is, right, I can understand how it can be difficult to get your game attacking, especially when a team is like pushing on, really looking for the result, really giving that extra effort. I can understand being, a little bit hesitant having the possession. But what I can't accept and I can't tolerate is the same BS with these set pieces and the defending. I thought we were over.
It's cost us nine points this season, set pieces. I'll tell you, you got Everton on the opening day, that's 3 points. You had Newcastle, even though it was a stupid VAR decision, it still came from a set piece. You had West Ham, and now today. What is it with these set pieces? I thought, because we haven't conceded from one since West Ham until today.
We haven't conceded in a month.
Yeah, and we haven't even conceded a goal. Like
what I think it could be, Charlie, is that they're so focused on keeping this low block and keeping it tight, like Mourinho asked. As soon as they give us away a set piece, it's like they think, "Graham, we can relax for a minute." No, you can't. Not when you have a set piece taker like Eze.
And Palace are a big side. They're a big. They gave warnings from corners. We conceded so many corners and stuff, and they were showing warnings, like Benteke winning a few headers. But luckily we got away with it. But when that free kick was taken, we didn't, and we shot ourselves in the foot in the end today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, I'm just gonna say this. I understand why the players maybe they didn't attack, but this is where the plan B comes from. You know what I mean? If you try to attack and you can't get your attack going, defend. Do your job. Defend. And we just didn't do that today. We looked honestly, like this is the first time when I was like, this doesn't look like a Jose team. You know what I mean? This isn't the same team I was used to looking at, 5 or so game ago. You know what I mean? This is a very this team looks unorganized. What happened? What happened to last week against Arsenal? I mean, what happened again?
What I will say as well is on something. My feeling tells me that last season we lose this game. That's what my feeling tells me. Last season we lose this game. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, 100%.
100%. I agree with you. Look, our mentality last year was shocking. Do you know what I mean? You would have seen better in Newbridge Town on the lines here. But look, this year it's a complete different mentality. And this is what I'm saying. We didn't play well in the second half, right? And we got out with a point. We got out of here with a point. Like, we're away as well. Look, at the end of the day, these 2 points dropped. But we didn't play well in the second half. We got battered in the second half, and we got out of here with a point. One thing I do want to say is, I said in the pre-match show that our fullbacks were going to get a lot of space and a lot of time on the ball, and it worked out like that. And look, probably a bit disappointed. Look, Reguilon, he's one of them players. At times he was world class, and then at times he was slipping, he was sliding, and his passing was very poor. Same as Dyer's passing.
Dyer's passing was dreadful. It reminded me of Chelsea a bit. His passing, it was poor, really poor today.
Well, two players I actually want to give special mention today is Højbjerg and Sissoko.
Oh yeah.
Watching the game, the two boys just cleaned up in front of the back four all day long, and they were so confident on the ball. They actually tried to start a lot of our attacks today. The two boys are so comfortable on the ball, and they got stuck in and they turned ball over. And like Sissoko is a player that we criticise purely for his football ability. Like, we know the role he plays and we love him for it. And it's the nasty side, the dirty side of the game he does. But today, his passing was spot on, and I just want to give. I don't want the result to overshadow how good he was on the ball today. Yeah. To be honest with you. And look, let's talk a little bit about the goals. Look, both goals for me were keepers' mistakes today. Kane and Son combined for their 13th goal in the Premier League this season. which is a great start for 2 players after 12 games. Do you know, it's
What a
unbelievable.
goal from Kane.
Yeah, he caught the keeper wrong. He wrong-footed the keeper. The keeper was going to his right, and
Well,
Kane just
curved.
managed to get the swerve on the ball and go back.
Yeah, it was a curving one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Roberto Carlos like, man. You know what I mean? Like that. Oh, that was beautiful. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
look, I wouldn't say that was a keeper mistake. I felt like, you know, what I mean, like that curve really just set him off because he thought it was gonna go one way, and then like the curve immediately happened. So I don't know. I credit more.
yeah,
To
that's what he said. That's what he said in the pre-match show. He was like, he just said, "Look, it was a good strike. There's nothing I can do about it." And look, we're going to move on to the goal we conceded. For me, it's a Lloris mistake. He's playing at the highest level. He should be dealing with that, or he should be catching it. It was a Lloris mistake, in my opinion. Like, people are going to say, look at the amount of bodies that ran in front of him. He should be used to this. Week in, week out, he's used to dealing with this. And for me, look, I'm not really going to get on his back too much because he's been absolutely superb this season. But that goal was his fault today. What do you make of the goal?
No, absolutely.
Yeah, should have caught that really. And I think, look, the odd thing's going to happen every now and then. I think Lloris, he's been fantastic this season, but look, it was a mistake. You can't really take that away. But yeah, look, lads, I got to head off now. But yeah, thanks for having me on, David. Yeah.
All right,
no problem at all, Charlie. No problem at all. Make sure you get over and subscribe to his page. His subscribers are creeping up. He's at 977 now. He needs 23 more to get to the 1,000. Let's help him out.
Let's do it, guys. Come on. Thanks, David, as always. Make sure everyone subscribe to the Irish Yid as well. So yeah, cheers, Marcelo, as well. Always good to speak to you. And as always, thanks for having me on, David.
No problem at all. Thank you very much for giving up your time, Charlie. I know
it's fine. No problem. No problem.
And yeah, look, Marcelo, me and you, we're as positive as ever. We stay positive.
Yeah,
do you know
absolutely.
what I mean? At the end of the day, we didn't lose. The unbeaten feeling is still there.
No.
Just
look. I mean, look. It's ridiculous, right? Like people call me overconfident, call me cocky, whatever, right? Like when I feel like we legitimately cannot challenge for the title, I will say it. You know what I mean? Like a draw against Palace, which is a place normally a lot of teams drop points, isn't gonna make me, you know what I mean, like say we're gonna lose a title or say like we're out of the title race. When we're not, we're still top of the league. But like people need to forget that. Still top of the league. I waited until the Liverpool result. I even said it. Wait until this Liverpool Fulham game happens, and then they're like, Marcelo, you're being silly. It's Fulham. Liverpool's gonna smash Fulham. This and that. And I'm like, look, listen. There is no given this season. There is no easy opponent this season, unless it's Arsenal, obviously. But there is no easy opponent this season. I'm telling you, man. Every team has improved this season. You look at like these other smaller teams, Leeds spending 40 mil. You know what I mean? You look at Crystal Palace going out there getting Eze. You know what I mean? Like these clubs are spending money. They're improving their squad. So it's like you gotta respect these clubs. You gotta respect these smaller clubs because they're fierce, man. So I don't know. I looked at it. I was like, it was a 2 points loss, but it's not gonna stop us. We still can win this. We still can win the league.
Even if we lose to Liverpool Wednesday, we're still in it. We're still only 3 points on top.
And they have to face us at home. And then they have to face us at home. So
that's it. That's it. Like, this is the thing. We're still top. Look, we'll just go through each of the players. You know, give a little rating and a little chat then basically about how we thought they were today. So we'll start with Hugo Lloris and Marcelo. Look, he didn't really have much to do, really, apart from that cross that came in. And look, I know people are going to say he was blinded and all, but at the end of the day, he's a world-class keeper. He should be dealing with it. But like I said, he's been so good this season. It's very, very hard to criticize him, and I don't want to start doing that.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to criticize him, but I'm giving him a 5.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
The
ball came at him. You know what I mean? Like he hit it with his chest. I mean, he went to grab the thing. I saw the replay again. I saw the tape again, and he went to grab the ball, but then he took out his arm and chested it. I was like, "What are you? You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those things. Is like, you know what, Hugo? He saved so many points for us. He's been so fantastic. So he's a lot of mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Water off a duck's back. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. and you'd probably be superb Wednesday and earn us points. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So look,
absolutely.
it is what it is. Look, Hugo, I love you. Keep it up. Unlucky today, but we move on. We'll move on to Aurier. For me, a bit of a mixed bag today. But at the end of the day, the goal wasn't his fault either. Do you know what I mean? But a
Yeah,
mixed
but it's a
bag. Like,
silly foul. It's a silly foul, and he's done that before. He's done it at West
yeah,
Ham. He's done it with Newcastle. He makes the exact same fouls in that area. You know what I mean? And it's like unneeded. That was such an unneeded foul. You know what I mean? Why are you
yeah,
giving away these fouls in a dangerous area where they can
yeah,
whip it across? It's just like he does this over and over again, and it's like they're not even in a dangerous situation. And
yeah.
for me, that really bugged me because I thought he
But
was better than that.
but he did deal with Zaha very well today. I do have to give him
True.
credit for that. He did deal with him very well. But like
Yeah.
you said, it's just like for me, these free kicks we gave away today. Why couldn't we foul them further up the pitch rather than let them come up and then take them out?
Exactly.
Like
That's what I
I
mean.
understand. I am fully with Mourinho about being not nice guys, being cunts, bastards, whatever you want to call it. Right? I'm fully with that. I'm on board with that. It's the dark arts of the game, and any successful team knows how to do them.
Exactly.
What's the
Yeah.
areas where you commit them is the problem.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And it's the same area which we always conceded. You can look at the tape, look at West Ham,
Everton,
look
Burnley,
at Everton, Burnley, and it's always him. It's always him. He always puts
Newcastle's
it in.
another one.
Yeah, always puts it in that area, and it's
Yeah,
always been a dangerous area for us. Just sit back. You know what? Like I think I don't know. Was it Zaha that he fouled? I don't know. I forgot who it was, but like Zaha had the ball. He had his back to Aurier.
yeah,
He had his back. He wasn't even like trying to duel him. He had his back, and Aurier just
yeah,
goes in and just pushes him. It's like, just sit back, relax, just make sure he doesn't get the cross, make sure he doesn't get past you. Like that really frustrated me, and you know what I mean. Like I don't want to get. Aurier has been really well for us, and
yeah,
he hasn't been doing a lot of mistakes recently. He's actually been pretty good. And you know what? Like you can't put that mistake completely on him. At the end of the
yeah,
day, you should still be clearing that. You know, Hugo should still be catching that. So it's not entirely his fault, obviously. So I I don't want to be too harsh, so I'm going to give him a 7. But like he needs to work on that fouling.
yeah, yeah. Look, for me, to be honest with you, I was actually going to give him a 6. Um, look, because he didn't really offer too much going forward today, but he dealt with
Fair.
Zaha well, but he did give away the free kick. So it's
Hmm.
like I said, it's a mixed bag. But look, we'll go with a 7. We'll go with a 7.
No, you can go with
We've
the
seen,
6. I'll go with the 7. That's fair enough.
I know you're the guest, so we'll go with the 7. Like we have seen Zaha rip fullbacks week in, week out. So the fact
True,
that he
yeah.
didn't absolutely make Aurier look stupid, do you know what I mean? So look, yeah, I'll go with a 7, and as well, he's another
Kept him
player I
quiet.
don't really want to heavily criticise either because he's completely turned it around this year.
Yeah,
Completely turned it around this year. This is a guy that played after his brother died.
yeah,
He's committed to
absolutely.
the club. He's committed to the club. So
Yeah,
I don't really like. I've criticised him in the past, and rightly so, in my opinion. I
yeah.
criticise my player when I feel like they need it. But today, for me, look, it wasn't his fault. So yeah, look, we will go with a 7. Moving on to Toby Alderweireld. I thought I had a very good game today. He made a couple of
Man of the
crucial
match, in my
blocks.
opinion.
But the only thing is, the longer the game went on and the more set pieces we conceded, the more Benteke was starting to dominate him and Dyer in the air. And that's probably what got them back in the game today.
You see, I felt like that was Dyer's job though, because he was the one. He was the one that was set to man mark
Yeah,
Benteke. And you can see that Toby was set to man mark. I forgot. I think it was like the number 15. I don't remember exactly what his name was, but you can tell that Benteke was Dyer's man. Every time you saw in a set piece, it was Dyer and Benteke next to one another because Dyer is usually the one that's really good at making clearances, really good at heading the ball out. But so I don't blame Toby that much because that wasn't
yeah.
his man to mark. Now I felt like Toby had a great game. I felt like his tackling was great. I felt like his positioning was fantastic.
And everything came
I,
his way. He
yeah,
cleared in the box as well, to be fair to him.
yeah, and I don't think he really put like I think out of him and then defense, I felt like he was the one that could like put his head held high. He
Yeah,
passed well. He was passing the ball well from the back. He was defending well. I don't think he put a foot wrong. So I'm gonna give him an 8. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna give him a 9 because we drew, but I'm gonna give
yeah.
him an 8.
Yeah, I'll go with an 8 for you. And what I mean by with Benteke is as the longer the game went on, I seen Benteke more pulling on to Alderweireld because he realised he was winning the ball above him more. And that's just what I seen. But look, again, he was excellent. He cleared everything that came his way. So, yeah, I'm happy to give him an A. We move on to Eric Dyer. And look, for me, Marcelo, I'm going to give him a 5, and I'm going to tell you why.
I agree.
It's
I agree.
the exact same shit passing we've seen against Chelsea, and it's not good enough. He's a guy, and rightly so, he's been praised. But lately, he seems to just be kind of taking it a little bit easy, and I don't like that. I don't like that, and I don't want him to do it because he's come so far. I want him to just keep pushing on. He has all the attributes to probably become one of the best defenders in the Premier League if he really wanted that. And he just really does need to just get his passing. His passing was very sloppy today, which especially in the second half, which is why as well, like because passing was bad, and this is why we seen the team come onto us today. This is why Palace came onto us today because we couldn't get out because our passing was poor.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I felt like I don't think it wasn't because we just didn't attack. We didn't want to attack. I think we wanted to attack, but I just think the back line just couldn't deal with the press. They just couldn't deal with it. Reguilon, losing the ball. You saw Dyer, mispassing the ball. Aurier, same thing. I felt like Toby was the only one really, getting the ball forward from the back.
He looked assured back there.
Yeah, he looked assured, and it's just like, that was a real that was our downfall that game. It was really the passing in the back, and usually Reguilon and Aurier are better than that, but Dyer, he needs to start working on that. And like you said, I hope he doesn't get just because he's getting the praise, he just gets carried away and stagnate. I hope he keeps improving. He's been a fantastic player for us recently. So, like I said, I don't want to be too harsh, but I'm gonna give him a 5. That passing in the back was woeful, man. You need to be better than that. You're playing elite football. Can't be tolerated.
Yeah, and I fully agree with you. I don't want to be too harsh, but at the end of the day, it's 2 games now, Chelsea and Palace.
True.
And the passing's not good enough. So he does need to pick it up. I think we're being fair there, to be honest with you. I really do.
We know we are. Yeah, 5 is a totally fair.
Yeah, and look, we'll move on to Reguilon. For me, I'm going to give him the same rating as Aurier. No, actually, I'm going to give him a 6. It was a very mixed bag today. At times, you can see why we bought him. He looked world class. And then at times, he was slipping. His passes were very poor today. Look, it is what it is. The guy's come in. He's completely transformed that left side for us again. And he played midweek. I'm not really going to get on his back too much. I just felt he could have done better. So I'm going to go with a 6.
I agree. I'll go with 6. The reason why I don't give him a 5, like Dyer, is because there were, like you said, there were moments where he was pushing up on the pitch. He was trying to create chances. There was, he actually had a really good chance from afar with a kick. But
on his right foot, I think it was. That was a good effort on his right foot. He's got a good right foot on him, the guy.
Yeah, you should be taking a little bit more. Yeah, you should be taking a little bit more chances. He's a good shotter, or whatever you call it. But shooter. Yeah. But I agree with you. 6.
Yeah. I fully agree. Moving on to the general. Pierre-Emile Brickhouse Højbjerg. Love this guy. The general. That general is what I'm going to call him now. I just give him a new nickname every week because he gets better and better. The guy was absolutely phenomenal in there. He turned over a ball again. It's what we expect from the guy. He actually hasn't got as much praise in recent weeks because it's what we expect from him. This is how good he's come in and been. And today, I actually noticed, right? And for me, this settles the whole Winks debate. I don't really want to be. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I know yourself and Alex are going to get into this on Friday. But this just quickly. So Højbjerg gets the ball today. Everyone was looking for him. The centre backs, the full backs, looking for Højbjerg. He's there ready to take the ball, and his passing is crisp, and he gets us out of trouble, and he gets us playing out from the back so many times. And he wants the ball. He was so good today. Whereas when you see Winks come in, right, you can see Mourinho try to play him there, but Winks just doesn't have the capability, and he goes hiding.
Yeah, he doesn't chase the ball. He just doesn't have the intensity. Yeah, listen. Yeah, it's just. I mean, listen. It's Højbjerg. I mean, at this point, it's like you said. It's like almost. It's just like like an 8 or a 9 is just becoming a standard for him, or 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I would say between him or Toby were men of the match. I would say Højbjerg was man of the match. It was a 9. He was actually pretty good at dribbling today. He was finding a lot of space in the midfield. I was actually really surprised because he was actually a lot more creative than 10 guy,
Yeah,
and no baller.
yeah,
I'll get into a no baller later, but you know what I mean. Like he was actually really trying to make things work in the midfield, and he was creating a lot of spaces. So I was really happy with him. He
yeah.
definitely didn't put a foot wrong.
So you're going to go with a 9 for Heiberg, is it?
9. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, and I fully agree with everything you said there. Spot on analysis. And for me, I'm going to go 9 as well. Actually, the only thing I don't agree with is my man the match be between Sissoko and Heiberg, not
Mm,
Alderweireld and Heiberg. That's the only part. But everything
fair
else you
enough.
say about Heiberg, look, me and you are massive fans of this guy.
Yeah.
Just to let all the
Absolutely.
Harris Army out there know, me and Marcelo are massive fans of this guy. And we can't wait till this guy bangs one in. Top beam, sweet
Oh,
heavy, nice.
yeah, I
Oh
think
my
he
God,
tried.
the
Didn't he
top is
try to?
coming off over the head.
Didn't he try? Didn't he try a long shot? I mean, I know it went wide,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
was he's creeping in there. Watching
And don't
Liverpool.
forget about his shot against Arsenal as well. He caught that sweetly as well. It's just a matter of time. That's all it is. All you Spurs
Mm-hmm.
fans, just bide your time. His goal is coming. And we'll move on to Sissoko. For me, I thought this guy was excellent today. Like I
Very
said
good.
already, we get onto him about his footballing abilities, but we really do appreciate what he does. And today, his all round game was perfect today for me. He was
Absolutely.
great on the ball. He was picking up passes, and even there towards, like you could even see him during it because he was getting more and more confident, more passes he was completing. He was looking to get on the ball. He was looking to make things happen, which is what we want to see from this guy. So for me, I'm going to give him a 9 as well. But Højbjerg edges it and he's man of the match. But I am going to give Sissoko a 9. I thought he was excellent today.
Hmm. You see, I felt like you. I agree with you. I think his passing was actually one of the better I've seen. In a lot of games, I thought his passing was really well
Yeah.
today. I was surprised by that. I did feel like I'll give him an 8 because I felt like Eze was getting through him. He was getting past him a lot, man. You know what I mean? Eze was finding a lot of space against Sissoko, and I just
But,
wish. You know what I wish? I wish Sissoko would have laid some on him. You know what I mean? Like we did with
but you know,
Saka.
I tell you why he didn't is because he picked up a yellow card very early. So,
Oh,
like, you know what I mean?
oh
As
yeah.
he's very tricky, and if he missed one of them tackles, that was him gone.
Yeah,
And
that's
he
the red.
don't want him
Yeah.
out for the Liverpool game.
Yeah, you also don't want another, a Xhaka situation or a
Yeah.
Pepe situation.
Yeah.
But, but like, yeah, oh yeah, no, he did get a yellow. Yeah, maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on him, but I just
No, no,
felt
no,
like
no, no. You're right in what you're saying. You are right in what you're saying. I was just
I
saying that's why he couldn't leave anything on him
mm,
because he was booked so early.
yeah, I just felt like Eze sometimes was just getting past him way too easily. But then again,
Yeah,
I also felt like the other midfield, I felt like could have helped him a little bit more with Eze because I mean, like,
yeah,
it's not easy dealing with Eze. Eze is a quality player,
yeah.
man.
He's a
So.
baller, this guy.
Yeah, you can't really blame Sissoko. I mean, man, we should have really gotten Eze. I really wanted that guy, but listen, look, Sissoko, he did the job. I give him an 8. He didn't do too much wrong. He still kept Eze mostly quiet in the game, but yeah, I'll give him an 8, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, we'll go with an 8 because Højbjerg's 9. He's man of the match, so I suppose you can't mark him the same. So we'll go with an 8. Right, moving on to Tanguy. For me, this guy was pretty disappointing today.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Look, he probably should have had 2 goals as well. He should have had 2 goals today as well. Guaita pulled off a great save for the first one, and the second one he hit straight at him. Yeah, very disappointing for me today. Very disappointing. Look, but I say that right. But the thing is, he was disappointing, but he still could have had 2 goals. So it shows the
Yeah.
level of how good this lad can be. But as well, one thing I noticed, and this is why I was disappointed in him today, is because when he seen the Celso strip ready to come on, he picked up his game. So for me, he's a player definitely today that took his foot off the gas, in my opinion.
I 100% agree. Yeah.
And for that reason, I'm going to give him a 5 because he was pretty anonymous today. Rightly or wrongly, that's my opinion. He was anonymous today.
Yeah. I give him a 5 because he wasn't helping as much defensively as he was
Yeah.
before. Like you said, he put the the gas pedal down. I felt when I talked about Sissoko, the reason why I didn't blame Sissoko so much is because, like you said, he had a yellow card and he was dealing with a very pacey midfielder, very creative
Yeah.
midfielder like Eze. So I felt like and no baller should have been helping Sissoko a lot
Yeah, he could have
more.
helped him out a
And
lot more. Yeah.
yeah, and he wasn't doing that. So you really kind of feel bad for Sissoko, which almost like kind of makes me want to give him a 9 as well. Just for that. But it's just like with having to deal with that, I felt like Sissoko was kind of really left out there. just to get screwed. But
Yeah, he was hung out to dry by Endon
yeah,
Belly today, and I'm sure he'd be disappointed by him too. I'm sure he let him know as well.
yeah, and I think a no baller should have done a lot more defensively, but offensively, I will say this: he was very good. He was actually very positive. He could have had 2 goals. I mean, great save from
Yeah,
Gita.
yeah,
I mean the prime Neuer. This man just turned into prime Neuer when he played against us, man. But yeah, at 5.
yeah. I couldn't agree more. And look, people might say we're being harsh, but again, he's a player that we expect a lot more from, especially
Yeah,
in these sort of games. So that's why the rating is what it is. But let us know what you think below anyway. We're going to move on to another player I was very, very disappointed with today. It's Stevie Bergwijn. How many more games do we have to give this guy before he actually does something going forward? I know a lot of people are going to come at me saying he's great defensively, right? Against Arsenal, the reason why he was hauled off is because he was stopping and tracking back and he wasn't getting back, right? And today, yeah, look, I give it to him. He done his defensive job. It's not why we have him in the team, though. It's not why we have him in the team.
nope.
You pay your right back to do that, not your right winger.
Yeah, and honestly, I kind of have a rant for this. I
Good.
mean, like, listen, I love Jose. Like I said,
Mm,
I'm Jose and I'm trust the process. I'm absolutely in the Jose train from day one.
yeah,
But it's getting to a point where it's kind of getting me frustrated because like
yeah,
what does Lucas have to do to get us starting? Lucas
yeah,
is also a guy that tracks back, and Lucas has been creating chances, has been scoring goals in the Europa League. So you can say, oh, it's only Europa League, but we played Stevie in Europa League, and he's done
yeah,
nothing there as well.
yeah,
So for me, it's like it's getting to a point where it's like, what does Lucas have to do to start a game? What like it's just for like Bergwijn it just doesn't seem like he's there, man. He doesn't seem to have that confidence. He doesn't seem to have the confidence to
yeah.
take a shot or create a
His
chance.
touches are poor. They're loose all the time. His
Yeah,
passing is
poor
sloppy.
dribbling. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah,
creating anything. You look at Lucas. Lucas has been very good dribbling. Been very, very energetic. Very,
yeah,
very good. I mean, like I can understand keeping them in rotations because Lucas, his style is very taxing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like he runs all around the pitch.
yeah.
But it's like, look there. You can't tell me Lucas is not, fit for that game, versus
No,
Palace or for Liverpool. You know what I mean? He hasn't had that
yeah.
many minutes, so it's. I'm really disappointed, and I'm really angry that Lucas did not start today because I've been wanting him to start. So honestly, I'm giving Stevie a 3. It's another stinker in my opinion. Another
Yeah,
stinker.
yeah. Look, to be honest with you, I was going to give him a 4. For me, he's been the worst player on the pitch over the last few games.
Absolutely.
Um, the guy, look, how many more chances do you need to give the guy? We're
Yeah.
trying to play him. We're trying to play him into a purple patch, get a bit of confidence. It's just not working. Maybe
Hmm.
we need to start looking at him as more of an impact sub off the bench when teams are tiring,
Yeah.
rather than starting. Because look, Lucas can do the same job as him starting. And like
Yeah.
the thing is, Lucas has some goals and assists in the Europa League. Bergwijn has nothing.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Or for me, another thing I'd like to see is either Lascelles or Dele Alli giving a shot out there. Someone needs to nail down this right hand spot.
Yeah.
Someone needs
That's
to
the
nail it
only.
down because
Honestly, that's the only role we're missing. That's the only,
yeah,
honestly, the only role we're missing a key player in. Honestly, like if we can, because I don't want to say Alex is right, but there is one thing that looking at the forwards is that if Son on the left can't get it done, or Kane in the middle can't get it done, it seems like that person on the right doesn't offer anything. You know what I mean? Like the
no,
person
this
on
is
the
the
right
thing.
side.
When are we going to get something off that right hand side?
Yeah,
When
exactly.
are they going to start producing? And if they were, imagine how far we'd be ahead of the league by now.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Look, Bale probably would have came on today and probably smashed one in top bins. You never know.
could have.
But the
Yeah,
fact is, he was sick, so it is what it is. But these are the games where you want this guy to step up, and he's just not doing it. At the
yeah,
end of the day, I know people are going to say his work rate, he gets back. You can speak to me about that all day long. But at the end of the day, he's a right winger. Don't speak to me about a right winger doing defensive work. It's great to see. It's excellent. But he's in the team and he gets paid to do something going forward, and he's just not cutting it.
yeah.
So for
And also,
me, I'm going to give him a 4. But we split the difference and we give him a 3.5. That's how poor he is.
3.5. Yeah,
I'm
and
pissed off at this
honestly,
guy.
let me also say the same thing. So does Lucas not work his socks off every time he plays? Does he not track back?
This is
Because
the thing, he does. He does.
every time I see Lucas, he's the one that's the liveliest in the pitch. He's always running.
And
He
one
never
thing Lucas
stops.
also does is whoever he's up against, he always tires them out. He's
Yeah.
so direct. He wants to get at them. He wins
Yeah.
us free kicks. He creates problems.
Yeah.
Bergwijn, anytime we pass him the ball hops off his foot and it may as well end up in the stand. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, it's that poor. Like
Yeah.
he's offered absolutely nothing in these run of games he's had. And for me, Lucas, I want to see Lucas in there Wednesday night. I don't care. No more excuses for Stevie B. I love his celebration and whatever else. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, Stevie B, you need to up your game. You need to start offering us something out there, and that's that. We'll move on to Son. Again, look, very disappointed today going forward. But when you're him and Kane and the boys can't get the ball to you, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah. And also, like, look, Sonny is a guy that he's done so much for us, and he's scored. Like, I know, like, people are gonna say, "Oh, what about Bergwijn? Doesn't he do it?" Listen, no, you cannot compare Son and Bergwijn. The things that Son has done for this team this season has been incredible. He's allowed a game off. He's allowed a game off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Like,
but this is why we asked for the right hand side to step in, because Son can't be at every single game.
Every game, yeah,
it's impossible.
It's impossible. Yeah, I mean, like, I agree with you. Like, what does Dele have to do? What does I mean, Lo Celso at the right? I think you and I talked about this. I think you told me that we tried that and it didn't work out. But like, Dele looked lively when he came on. He looked like he was looking lively. Touching the ball, trying to get it active, trying to get his shots on. So it's just like, listen,
And I swear, actually, when Dele came on, that tackle he made on Wilf Zaha when they tried to expose us from the corner kick, Mourinho loved that, and that was a great challenge, because if that was Ben Davies, it would have been skipped by and it would have been in. Thank God it was Ali there. And for a player that hasn't got that much game time to be able to read it, wait for Zaha to overhit the ball, and then get in there and make the tackle, well done, Dele Alli. I'm proud of you. Look, he didn't have too much time to do anything, so
you can't
really comment going forward. But anyway, back to Son. Son, like you said, a day off, he deserves it.
6.
Yeah, look, he worked hard going back. I don't really like talking about my wingers working hard going back. I really don't. For me, I'm going to give him a 6. He gave Kane the pass and Kane scored, so he has the assist. So I'm going to give him a 6. And the reason why I'm not rating him the same as Bergwijn for all you fans out there is purely because Son does it week in, week out. Bergwijn has offered us nothing. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I heard Vinicius can play in the wing. You know what I mean?
I heard that.
Yeah, I heard he's he can play on the left side. Sticks on the right, put Vinicius on the left at that point. I mean, like,
another guy that'll do work all day for you. But as well, he's confident. He's confident in front of the goal, so he can nick your goal. So look, that's another shout. That is another shout.
Yeah, I just really hope Bale gets to his own, because I think we're seeing some magic moments from Bale, man. I think he's almost getting there. I think he just needs maybe a month. I think a month, and he gets to that level. You know what I mean, man? But in my opinion, Bale has offered more on that right side than Bergwijn so far this season, and he's been getting fit. You know what I mean? He's been.
Look, this is a player, right? We're talking about he hasn't hit the heights he was at, and people are slating him for being poor. Me includedly, I'd be disappointed in him in some games, but he's still offered us more. He scored a goal or two as well. You know what I mean? So he's offered us more than what TVB has, and this is a player that's probably not even fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this just goes to show what we're talking about.
He has a justifiable excuse for his performance. That's the difference.
He's trying to change from a golfer back to a footballer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
But look, we'll move on to Harry Kane. He scored today. He scored in the right end today, actually. That's what your striker's supposed to do. Not like that shit Aubameyang, who decided he had enough about that. He put one in his own because he wants him sacked. Do you know what I mean? But look, the God, Harry Kane, number 10. Everything about this guy I love. He worked hard for the team. He done a lot of dropping deep. For me, today, he probably dropped deep a bit too much. It's a game where I honestly think if he stuck it to Aubameyang and Gale up there, he would have turned him inside out, in my opinion. But look, this guy offers so much to the team, and he scored the goal today. So I'm going to give him an 8. Look, I know he didn't do too much going forward, but he still got the goal, and that's how clinical he is.
Yeah, and it was a fantastic goal. Yeah, I got to give him an 8. I felt like his passing wasn't as good as it usually is. I felt like he was a little bit less creative, but then again, like, when you're creating day in and day out, like I said, you're allowed, to not have that same killer instinct. But listen, he still got the goal, and he's a striker, and that's his job, and he did his job. I just wish some other people did theirs. But Look, listen, Kane is just did what Kane does. Fantastic.
Yeah. And look, as well, just before we finish up here, I just want to kind of touch on Jose Mourinho. A lot of people saying he got it wrong today. Look, he got it right in the first half. It's whatever happened at halftime in the dressing room, what was said, which was what was wrong. But he did come out and say he didn't ask the players to sit back. Probably don't believe him if I'm honest. I think he did tell him to sit back, soak it up, and catch them. That's my opinion on it. But look, these are the same tactics, right, that we've been praising the last few weeks. So I don't want to sit here and dog him out of it basically for today. It's not his fault. For me, the players are the ones that are out there. Mourinho's won everything. The players are the ones that want to win or win silverware. Mourinho's won it all. The players are the ones that want to win silverware. So for me, it's the players' fault today, not Mourinho's. Yeah. And I've seen some people Mourinho and it's purely just because they don't like the guy, in my opinion. And that's all it is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think people are being silly. I think people are being way too silly, saying, "Oh, we need to change tactics. Oh, he can't sit back. Oh, we can't defend. Oh, we can't do this." Where was that when we were, beating all these teams, being top of the league, and winning,
these are the same people singing out the lampshade when we were winning.
Yeah, and it's like, for me, what's even sillier. It's like people are saying, "Oh, yeah, this philosophy that Mourinho has can't win trophies." Hold on a second. How many Premier Leagues does Mourinho have? And how did he do it? With that exact same philosophy. Where are we? Oh, we're on top of the league. How did we do that? Oh, with that philosophy. Listen, the philosophy works, people. Our philosophy works. The defensive, low block, counter-attacking philosophy works. It's just that today it was executed poorly, and that's what I was frustrated about. It's not the tactics. The tactics has been working. The same formation has been working. These players have been working. It was the execution today.
Yeah.
The execution, the defensive performance was absolutely woeful. Some of these players were losing their men, losing Benteke. How do you lose Benteke, bro? When was the last time Benteke scored against a team, a top six
they only
side?
found him last week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, exactly, bro. I when I saw Benteke in the team sheet, I was like, he still plays in the Premier League? That's how surprised I was, bro. You know what I mean? Like, how are you losing Benteke? How are you letting these guys get away from you? You know what I mean? These were the same players that were so disciplined. Beating guys like Sterling, Foden, Gundogan, Aubameyang, whatever. He got a goal today, I guess. You know what I mean? So I guess he's not goalless anymore. But you look at Martial, look at all these players. Like, we kept these guys quiet. We kept these guys in check. Yeah, and then you're letting guys like Benteke skidding you. You know what I mean? You're better than that. You can the philosophy does work. It's all about the execution. A team with a philosophy, I personally always think a team with a philosophy and with an identity is always more important than a team with individuals' talents. You know what I mean? You never want to be changing up your tactics week in and week out. Look at what Arteta is like. Arteta first off, when he started out, everybody said, "Oh, he's playing really nice, fluid, passing football." And then it was like, "Oh, he's playing counter-attacking football." And then it's like, "Oh, now he's playing Brexit football." So it's just you know what I mean? It's like you see with Arteta, he has no idea what to do because he doesn't know what team he has. You want a philosophy in your club. You want an identity in your club. That's a good thing. That's what wins you titles.
Look, you summed it up perfectly there today. It was the execution of the game plan, the execution just in simple basics today, which cost us the points. But look, there you have it. There's our match review. With Marcelo. Look, he's a guy I know a lot of yous love him. A lot of yous love him. You get the comments in for this guy as well, and you appreciate him just as much as I do. And as ever, Marcelo, I love having you on, and I look forward to Friday with yourself and Alex. The links debate, that'd be good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hopefully, yeah. I can't wait for the debate. Fairly confident that my points will stand, and I'll get the heads up on that debate. But listen, I'll come in with an open mind. I'm not a closed-minded person, but I don't think Alex is going to change too much of my mind on Winks.
Yeah. Look, no, I've gone to the point. No one's changing my mind on Winks anymore. Nobody, no matter what they say to me, it's not changing my mind. But look, we're as confident as ever, Marcelo. We roll on to Liverpool on Wednesday. You know what I mean? I'm confident. Just a quick bit. How are you confident going into this game?
Listen, bro, I'm so confident. I'm saying right now. You see that? You see that win streak, Liverpool? You see that little nice win streak? Look at that. Look at that nice winning streak because it's about to crumble, all right? We're about to go to Anfield and it's going to go on fire because we're going to match it. We're going to match Anfield on fire. I'm telling you, bro, we're going to these men. Klopp is going to cry. He's going to have his crybaby glasses on, bro. He's going to make excuses. He's going to say the grass was too thick, the wind was too high, or, too blowing or whatever. He's going to make all the excuses in the handbook. He's going to say we're playing negative Brexit football, but I don't care, bro. I'm telling you, we are going to show up on Wednesday. This is the match to define us as champions. Nobody can deny us no more. I'm telling you, Wednesday is ours. Come on, you Spurs.
I full on agree. I think we're going to see an absolute change Wednesday. This is going to hype them up even more. Mourinho's tactics going to be perfectly suited to this game on Wednesday. I'm confident we're going to roll up there and turn them over.
Come on.
So look, make sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel. Like I said, the big push for 500 is on. Also, the Harris Army, get your comments in there. I love getting in there and mixing it up with just having my say, listening to what you have to say as well. So make sure you get the comments in. So come on, you Spurs, in Jose we trust, and to all you Liverpool fans out there, chat shit, get banged, roll on Wednesday.
Come on.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on.